And boom, baby. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Draft Nights, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Special shout out to Morgan Alves, one of our listeners who favorited us on the show. And we want to say thank you so much to Morgan. And if anyone else favorites our show, we will give them a special shout out, because liking our show and favoriting our show actually helps out the show a lot. So thank you so much to Morgan, and we're glad to have you listening to the show and liking our work. So it's your boy Freddie. How is everyone's night doing? I hope everyone's doing okay and everyone's doing great. Today's topics are going to be, we're going to talk about the NFL draft, who's picking in the first round and where. We're also going to be talking about the best available picks in this year's draft. We're going to also talk about a little bit of the XFL. We're going to talk about the games, the teams, and the salaries, because that's really important. I mean, the bigger the salary, the better the players, if you catch my drift. And also when the XFL actually starts to air or actually get started. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is yesterday's NBA scores and games. So today is February 7th, 2020, and let's just get into it. All right. So, right here. All right. So, this year's 2020 draft, the first round will go to the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, they get the first round pick. They get the first pick of the first round. Okay, then the second pick goes to the Redskins. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, both those teams really need to get back on board. Then we have the Lions. Number 4 is going to be the New York Giants. Number 5 is going to be the Dolphins. Then we have the Chargers, the Panthers at 7, the Cardinals at 8, Jaguars at 9, Browns at 10, Jets at 11, Raiders at 12, Colts at 13, the Buccaneers at 14, Broncos at 15, Falcons at 16, Dallas at 17. It's not bad. Then again, the Dolphins at 18. So far they have 2 first round picks. And then right after them is the Raiders again. So they have 2 first round picks also at 19. The Jaguars again. So they have 2 first round picks. Damn, there's a lot of teams that have 2 first round picks. Then we got the Eagles at 21, the Bills 22, the Patriots at 23. It's not such a good first round pick. I mean, hopefully the Patriots pick up someone decent. We have the Saints at 24, the Vikings at 25, the Dolphins again at 26. The Dolphins have 3 first round picks. That's incredible this year. They also now we have the Seahawks at 27, the Ravens at 28, Titans at 29, Green Bay Packers at 30, San Francisco at 31, and of course Kansas City Chiefs at 32. So as far as I know, give me a second here. As far as I know, the Dolphins have 3 first round picks, one of them being in the top 5. We have the Raiders have 2 first round picks, one of them being in the top 12 because they picked 12. And then we also have the Jaguars have 2 first round picks. That's pretty decent, man. Those 3 teams are really building, and that's really good. Now, but who's up for grabs, man? Like who's projected to be, the best players in the first round? So let's check this out. We have Chase Young, the defensive end, who is 6'5", 265 pounds, from Ohio State. He's supposed to be number 1 overall pick. Then you got Joe Burrows, but I'm pretty sure that the Bengals might want a quarterback. So we got Joe Burrows. He's 6'3", 212 quarterback from LSU. Then we have Jeff Okudah, Okudah. If I'm butchering your name, I'm sorry, buddy. You got Jeff Okudah, maybe 6'1". If he's 6'1", he's a cornerback. He's from Ohio State. Isaiah Simmons, who is an offensive, outside linebacker. Duh. Outside linebacker. He is 6'4", 230. Strike the first round. And he is from Clemson. Then we have Derek Brown from Auburn. He's a defensive tackle. We have Javon Kinlaw, who is a defensive tackle from South Carolina. We have Alabama's Judy, Jeudy. He's a wide receiver. That's pretty good. He's in the top 10. He's number 7 here. Not bad. Then we have, let's see, Jedrick Wills Jr. He's a offensive tackle from Alabama. Then we have Tua. I don't even know how to say his last name. Tagovailoa from Alabama. Oh, Tua from Alabama. He's a quarterback. He's number 9 on this list. Then we have CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma. He's a wide receiver. C.J. Henderson, Florida. He's a cornerback. We have Ross. One second here. We have Ross. Close that. We have Ross Blacklock from TCU. And he's a defensive tackle. We have Grant Delpit from LSU. He is a safety. He's number 30. He's projected to be around 13. 13th best overall. These are I'm telling you I'm going down the list of all 32 of the best available players. Okay. Now we have number 14, Justin Herbert from Oregon, who's a quarterback. Let's see. DeAndre Swift from Georgia. He's a running back. He's at 15. Xavier McKinney from Alabama, another safety. K. Lavon. I don't even know how to say his last name. Chesson from LSU. He's a defensive end. We got Josh Jones from Houston. He's a offensive tackle. Man, we have Noah Igbino. Man, I can't even say it. It's a guy from, his name Noah from Auburn, who's a cornerback. How is he gonna put that last name into a jersey? I have no idea, man. Is that jersey even gonna sell? I hope so. I mean, for him, I hope so. But damn, Henry Ruggs the third from Alabama, who is a wide receiver. Got Kenneth Murray from Oklahoma. He is an inside linebacker. Zach Baun, B-A-U-N, from Wisconsin, outside linebacker. You got Terrell Lewis. Sorry about that. Alabama. He's an outside linebacker. Then you got AJ Epensa from Iowa, who's a defensive end. You got Tristan Wirfs. If you could tell me how you say that name, man, I'll give you that one. He's an Oklahoma. I'm not Oklahoma. Iowa, and he's a offensive tackle. Now that was 25. Now we got a couple more to go. We have 26 wide receiver Justin Jefferson. He's 6'3". That's not bad. T. Higgins, Clemson, wide receiver. We got Mekhi Becton, Louisville. He's an offensive tackle. Andre Thomas from Georgia, offensive tackle. There's a lot of tackles in here, man. Maybe they're looking for like the blind side. They could help the blind side of quarterbacks. Let's see. Last three. Laviska. Laviska. Shenault. Shenault Jr. Colorado wide receiver. Then we got Brandon. Man, I'm telling you, man, these players are something else. Aiyuk. Ayuk? I guess. Arizona State wide receiver. Last but not least, best overall player available in the draft at 32 is Jordan Love from Utah. He's a quarterback. So that's gonna be that's projected to be the best overall player, the best 32 best overall players that should maybe go in the first round. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's gonna pick whoever they really want or whoever they really need. But it's really up to your team. But these are supposed to be the best players, so just check out for that. Just letting you guys know who might be picked up, who might not be picked up, and also if you think your team should pick up someone, I already told you their names and everything like that. It's easy to look up. If you think your team needs an offensive tackle, quarterback, cornerback, linebacker or something like that. These are the overall best available players, the first 32. And so that's a really cool thing. Now we're moving on to the XFL. All right. So if you don't know what the XFL is, XFL used to when they first came out. They first came out in 2001. They had a 1-year season. I guess they didn't go well, but they brought it back. Vince McMahon is the owner, but he also partnered up with with NBC to revive the XFL. And what the XFL is, it means Extreme Football League. Okay, so right now, if you've never been to an XFL game or a arena game, I would suggest you do it. Those games are really fun. If you really love football, I mean, it's not high quality, but if you love the game of football, if you love watching it and everything like that, these guys actually really do play hard, and the games are really fun. I mean, the tickets to those games are not really that expensive either. They're around like $20 to like $90. They're really fun to go, and it's really fun to watch and everything like that. I really would suggest you go because those games are really good. So in the new XFL that's actually starting up tomorrow, this weekend, I think they're going to play on Fox and everything like that. So just look it up, Google XFL games that are maybe near you or going to come on to your local broadcastings. See what time they come on and give them a shot. See if you like to watch the game, and then you can go from there, right? So right now there are 8 teams. They are the Dallas Renegades, the Houston Roughnecks, the Los Angeles Wildcats, the New York Guardians, St. Louis Battlehawks. We have the Seattle Dragons, Tampa Bay Vipers, and the DC Defenders. Okay, so those are the 18. So there's gonna be 10 games total. All right, and I think There's gonna be a playoffs. So let me just make sure right now. It's gonna be a playoffs. It's game 7, guys. I think it's gonna be a 2-team playoffs. Boom. Oh, here we go. Duh. Was on the wrong tab? I'm sorry, guys. It's gonna be a 2-team playoff, and the salaries. Now they did it because it's a small business. They're trying to grow it, right? So the salaries aren't gonna be as great as they would be in the NFL, obviously, right? So check this out. All right. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. Just bear with me. Having some technical issues. Computer just freezes. Ridiculous. So the XFL, here we go. Yep, it starts at February 8th, which is tomorrow, with the Seattle Dragons versus the DC Defenders. Now, sorry guys. Yep, we'll play a 10-game schedule with 2 playoff spots up for grabs. Okay. Yeah, just like I said. Now, the winner of each division's playoff game will meet in the XFL's championship game on Sunday, April 26th. So this thing is like a month long. It's not even that long. Like 2 months long, I should say. Now as far as salaries go, right? Because I firmly believe like the bigger the salary, the better the players and everything like that. The more better players come out. So sort of weird. The XFL has a non-negotiable agreement with the players, right? So it all adds up, right? Estimated to add up for annual salary of around $55,000 per player. Okay, so the players will earn about $1,040 in base salary every week, right? Then that would translate into a $27,040 gross payment, right? The contract outlines that the XFL players earn around $1,685 per game played, plus $2,222 in every weekly win bonus to everyone on the team, right? Everyone on the winning team. Now, the only thing is that XFL players have no royalties on merchandise sold by the league, and they also can't pursue any legal claims in court. Okay, so that's something. I mean, as opposed to the average salary, the minimum salary for NFL players, which is $495,000. I mean, your butt really wants to get in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? Even practice squad players, even in the collective bargaining agreement, make $8,000 per week. So, and each NFL team is allowed 10 practice squad players in addition to the 53-man roster. You know? I mean, if you want some action, if you want some type of notoriety, if you want to get noticed, want some tape on yourself that you could send to teams and everything like that as a free agent, then I guess, going into the XFL might be something to pursue, but you never know. Right? This is my opinion. Now, let's talk about the NBA scores. Yesterday's NBA scores. So we're talking about February 6th, 2020. Sorry guys, just letting my computer load up real quick. Alright, let's see. Alright. Most notable games, right? We have the Magic and the Knicks. Okay, the Magic right now are 22-30, 9 at home and 18 away. The Knicks are 16-36, but 8 and 18 at home. Knicks beat the Magic by literally 2 points. It's 103 Magic to 105 Knicks. The key performers on Orlando and Nikola Vucevic. He is a center for Orlando. He scored 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. For the New York Knicks, Julius Randle is the top performer with 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. It's not bad. Then we had the Pelicans versus the Bulls. The Pelicans right now are 21-31. They have a record of 11-15 away. The Bulls are 19-34 with a record of 11-16 at home. So the Pelicans won with a score of 125 to the Bulls 119. The top performers is Zion. Wow, like this kid, he's really hyped. Everything that they're hyping him up to be, man. Again, he has 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Not bad. And you got Kobe White from the Chicago. He's a point guard. He has only 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. Could have only got one more to get a 10 assists. That would have not been bad at all. All right. One of the biggest games last night was the 76ers versus the Bucks. 76ers have a record of 31-21, with a record of 9-19 away. Now that's pretty bad, man. 9-19 away, can't get a win away. That's rough. All right, so Bucks right now have a record of 44-7, with a record of 24-3 at home. Man, the Bucks took this game 112-101. Sixers lost to the Bucks by 11 points here. Now, top performers. Listen to this. This is a top performer. Ben Simmons from the 76ers. This guy has 11 points and he's the top performer. He has 11 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists. He had to be the top performer because of those rebounds and assists, but 11 points, man, that is terrible. And of course, the Greek Freak is the top player of the game for Milwaukee with 36 points, 20 rebounds, and 6 assists. This guy was an absolute monster. 36 points, 20 rebounds, and 6 assists. That, my friends, is what you call a beast. Good gracious. 20 rebounds and 36 points. You looking at another Shaq over here or something? Jesus. All right. Now we got the Spurs versus the Trailblazers. Spurs are 22-29 with a record of 8-17 away. And the Trailblazers, we have a record of 24-28, kind of middle of the pack, with a record of 14-11 at home. Trailblazers took this one with a score of 125 points as opposed to the Spurs 117. Top performers in this game for the Spurs is Trey Lyles, right? Lyles. Trey Lyles, he scored 23 points, had 10 rebounds, and 2 steals. So he had double-double. It's not bad. Then for Portland, Hassan Whiteside. Man, look at this. 17 points, 23 rebounds, 1 assist. This guy was all over the boards, man. 23 rebounds. Do you guys understand that at all times both teams have about five players on each side of the court? You know what I'm saying? Usually the center or the power forward or even the small forward usually go up to get a rebound. All right, at any point. So you are going against, not only when you get a rebound, you're not only going against your man, but you're also going against your other teammates who can sometimes get in the way of you getting a rebound and the other players that are trying to get the rebound too. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 other players at all times trying to get a rebound. And you have 23 of them. Giannis has 20. Jesus. These guys are killing it. And then the Houston Rockets let go of their big man. I don't know how they're gonna sustain the whole thing. But now you got the Rockets versus the Lakers. That's the last notable game anyway. Yeah, the Rockets would score with a record of 33-18. They are currently 15-11 away. And the Lakers are 38-12. It's not bad. With a record of 17-7 at home. It's not bad. And surprisingly, the Rockets, after trading away their big man, took this one 121-111. Beat the Lakers by 10 points. Top performers in this game. Russell Westbrook. He scored 41 points with 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Then you got Anthony Davis for the Lakers. That's the top performer. He had 32 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. I gotta go into this game, man. Check this one out because Jesus Christ, man. I mean, as much as Westbrook, the problem with Westbrook I have is that this guy, he just can't shoot. And he mostly gets his buckets by, I guess you could say just running into the paint and trying to get a layup or a dunk or something like that, So let's check this out. Russell Westbrook played 37 minutes, was 17 for 28. That means he missed 11 shots. He took like 2 3-point shots. 2. Made one of them. Crazy. He had 7 defensive rebounds and 8 rebounds. That is 7 defensive rebounds and 8 rebounds. Had 5 assists, 1 steal, not bad. Really, he had 8 turnovers. That is a lot. Let's see. Oh wow, Harden didn't play up to par either. Harden was 3 for 10 from the field goal. Took 6 shots, made 1 of them. So he was having a bad day. But he was 7-7 at the free throw line. He had some rebounds too. He said 7 defensive rebounds. 7 assists, not bad. 2 steals, okay. 3 turnovers. So in total they had 11. No. Because you got PJ Tucker who had a turnover, and you got D House Jr. who had a turnover. So 1, 2, 10, 13 turnovers. Harden only scored 14 points this game. Covington scored as many points. He was on the bench as James Harden this game. Covington scored 14 points. Was 5 for 9 from the field goal. Took 7 3-point shots, but made 4 of them. That's not bad. That is not bad. Had 6 defensive rebounds. He had 2 offensive rebounds, so that's good. Then Westbrook have any offensive rebounds? He had 1 offensive rebound. Okay. And then let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so he's one of the most notable players right there. 2 offensive rebounds, 6 defensive rebounds, totaling to 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He was stealing the ball a lot. 2 blocks, man. That defense is real. And 3 turnovers. They turned the ball over a lot, Rockets. Dang. Let's see. 1, 2, 10, 13, 16 times. 16 turnovers. That's crazy. All right. So, let's see. All right. So, in total, they had 6 offensive rebounds, 31 defensive rebounds, 37 rebounds in total, 20 assists, not bad, 8 steals, okay, 5 blocks, 16 turnovers, and 22, PF. I don't know what PF means exactly, but I could look that up right now. What does PF mean? Anyway, I'll look that up after. Okay. So they scored 121 the Rockets. Now the Lakers. Let's see what happened here. Dang, Anthony Davis played 40 minutes, just all of them. Anthony Davis was 14 for 21. It's pretty good. He only missed 5 shots. Took no 3-pointers. He was 4 out of 5 free throws. It's not bad. Had 1 offensive rebound, 12 defensive rebounds, totaling to 13 rebounds. Had 3 assists, 3 steals. Not bad. 3 blocks. That's good. And 3 PF. He had 32 points, but it says he was -4 as far as adding to his plus minuses. Let's see, LeBron James, he played only 37 minutes. Okay. Dang, LeBron, he was only 8 for 19. He missed 11 shots. He was only 1 for 8 and 3-pointers. That is horrific. He was 1 for 1. I guess that was an and 1. The free throws. He had 2 offensive rebounds, had 7 defensive rebounds, totaling to 9 rebounds, had 15 assists. I mean, he was passing the ball, man. 2 steals, no blocks, 6 turnovers, and only scored 18 points. I mean, and then the bench, Kuzma only scored 4 points. What? We got Dwight Howard scored more points than Kuzma with 5. Yo, the bench didn't do anything this game. Look at this bench. Kuzma 4 points. Dwight Howard 5 points. Rondo 2 points. Caldwell Pope 4 points. Who is this? Caruso 12 points. He's the only one that scored double digits. Unbelievable. So totaling this whole thing up, the Lakers have 6 total offensive rebounds, 32 defensive rebounds, totaling up to 38 rebounds, as opposed to, well, they have 1 more rebound than the Houston Rockets. Now what we got? 33 assists to 20 assists. We got more assists. They have 10 steals to 8 steals. They have 4 blocks to Houston's 5 blocks. They have 15 turnovers, and while Houston had 16 turnovers. Wow. So, I mean, okay. Even with more assists, the Lakers had 13 more assists. 13 more assists than the Houston Rockets, and still lose by 10. Wow. That is ridiculous, man. That is ridiculous. Well, that's just crazy, man. I mean, you gotta watch this game. I mean, LeBron James missing so many shots. I mean, you were 1 for 8 from 3-point. I mean, you gotta stop shooting at some point, man. I do the Russell Westbrook attempt and not shoot threes at all this day. Russell Westbrook, man, took only 2 shots, man. He's decided, no, I'm not shooting anymore. He's just gonna take it to the basket. I mean, who's gonna stop you, bro? You're 6'9", LeBron James. 6'9". The tallest player on the Houston Rockets team is 6'6". Who is defending? And I heard that PJ Tucker, power forward, was defending Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is like 6'10", man. A whole 4 inches above the guy. You can't stop him, man. I would have been feeding. Anthony Davis would have had, man. Anthony Davis would have had like at least 40, 45 points, man. If I was playing the game, man, I would have just kept tossing the time. Yeah, 4 reach. You have 4 reach advantage. Come on, bro. That's all day. That is all day. It's ridiculous. Now, today's games, we have Memphis versus the 76ers. We have Dallas versus the NBA, Washington, Atlanta versus Boston, Toronto versus Indiana. That's at 8 o'clock tonight. Detroit versus OKC at 8. Houston versus Phoenix at 9. Miami versus I want to say, is that the Kings? Yeah, not San Antonio. Not San Antonio. It's got to be the Kings. Then we have Portland versus Utah. Miami's at 10 o'clock, and Portland versus Utah at 10:30. Houston and Phoenix is at 9 o'clock tonight. So those are the games going on tonight. Right now, 39 seconds on the second quarter. We have Memphis versus Philly. Um, Philly's up 53 to 42. They're a dysfunctional group right now. I don't know what's going on with Philly, but they need to get their act together. Right now, at the halftime with Dallas and Washington, Dallas is up by 2 points. And Atlanta versus Boston is currently happening right now with Boston up by 6 points. Boston is 28 right now to Atlanta 22. So that is the show right now, guys. I'm sorry that Michael couldn't make it today, but he will come on to the next show. And we love you guys. Thank you for listening. This has been Draft Nights. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please favorite it and leave a like and leave a comment. We really appreciate it. It really helps out the show. And once again, we love you guys. Thank you for listening to Draft Nights. Hope you have a great night. Enjoy the games. And if there's any topics you want us to see or listen to, just hit us up. And we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. We love you. Peace out. And boom, baby. Welcome to the podcast. How's everyone doing? This is Draft Nights. It's your boy Freddie with my co-host Michael. Say hello, Michael.
Yo.
And today is February 9th, 2020. We're having a great weekend so far. Today's Sunday. We have a lot of news for you guys today. We're going to talk about a little bit of the XFL. We're also going to talk about their scores and also the games coming up, as well as the team, what Michael thinks about the XFL, what I think about the XFL. We're also going to get into little NBA news, also a little bit of NFL news as well. So let's just jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the beginning of the XFL season, which started yesterday and aired on ESPN and I think Fox as well. It was the Seattle Dragons versus the DC Defenders and the LA Wildcats versus the Houston Roughnecks. Now, the scores were Seattle Dragons scored 19 points against the DC Defenders. DC Defenders won the game by scoring 31 points. And we have the LA Wildcats, who scored 17 points on the Houston Roughnecks. And the Houston Roughnecks scored 37 points, winning the game against the Wildcats. So the reason why I'm bringing up the XFL, because one thing's for sure, I love football, okay? I really love football. I love seeing it. I love watching it. I love going to the games. I love seeing who could potentially be new players coming up, where are they coming from. I love storylines and everything like that. So that's the reason why I want to talk about the XFL and what's going on through there, and also the draft, like who's coming out of the draft and everything like that. But Michael doesn't feel the same way.
No, I don't.
And why is that? Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the CFL is like a random backyard league that someone just made. And I feel like if the players are good enough, they'd be in the NBA. I mean, in the NFL.
Okay, so it's not the CFL. It's the XFL. Okay, Extreme Football League. CFL is the Canadian Football League. Okay, the Canadian Football League, do they even show the Canadian Football League on TV in America?
I'm not even sure. I wouldn't watch it either way.
I don't think so, but they do play the XFL on TV in the United States. All I'm saying is this. My point of view of the XFL is this. I believe, because I've seen it with my own eyes, all right, there are players out there in the United States, all over the place, that are good enough to be on professional sports, but either they didn't get a chance, they didn't get any shine, or like, you know, they something just some things don't always work out for everybody, even though they might have everything they need to be successful in that profession. That's how I feel. I feel that way about um football, feel that way about basketball, feel that way about soccer. Man, if you travel around, I'm from Jersey. If you travel around Jersey and you go like to Harrison or Passaic, or wherever they're playing like football, like soccer, you see these
Yeah.
guys going hard, man. I'm like, dang, dude, they're doing their thing. And then on top of that, with the XFL, they are playing they're not playing in a an arena. They're playing on an actual 100-yard football field. Okay, there is a kickoff. In the kickoff, they change the rules. So instead of one team running the entire field to go tackle the kickoff returner, both teams meet at the 30-yard line and the 35-yard line, and from there, one team could defend, the other one could go after the ball, kick returner, and therefore, right? But everything else is the same. Everything else is the same, except for the instead of a 2-point conversion, it's a 1-point conversion. I don't know why, but that's how it is. But I really like watching the game yesterday and seeing the highlights. I saw some really good plays, man. I saw some defenders able to catch the ball. I saw some really nice tight passes. That's how I feel. I thought it was pretty exciting because I love to see sacks. I love to see great plays, and I like to see touchdowns and um, you know, pick sixes and everything like that.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not invested at all in it, so it's not really interesting to me. And also, I feel like I can just go to some, like around the way around here. There's a couple teams that people play for. I think they're
Hmm.
like one of them's called like the Hurricanes and stuff like that. I'd rather go watch these guys play from around my city than to watch the XFL. That way, at least I know somebody and I can get interested in it. You know. But I feel like the XFL, the guys that you might make a play or two, they might be making a play or two on guys that would never even step nowhere near a football field, an NFL field.
I feel the opposite. I feel as though there are enough players in the XFL that could make an NFL team, as opposed to there being more than not making an NFL team. I think there's players on that
I
on.
I think that I
Go ahead.
think that if they could, they would die to be on an NFL team, um, because that's where the money. Is. So
Yeah, that's where the money is. But how many people? Not everybody always gets their shots. There's only so many. There's only a limited amount of uh, uh, places in the NFL. Like
right, so
um,
they made this like secondary league for people that aren't as good, and I'm not watching a B league. It's like I actually I'll watch it. Just like I watched the G League in the NBA.
okay, but do you do you think that the draft is what do you think of the what do you think of college football?
College football, college
Yeah.
football's good. College football's good.
Okay. So college football is good, but the XFL can't be good.
Yeah, I'm not saying it can't be good. I'm just saying a lot of those guys are probably never going to be good
So what
in
should we
college
do?
football. In
What
college football, you have
okay.
a very good chance of finding the next best player.
So what about those guys that um put themselves on the draft and never got picked up for whatever
And
reason?
that
Have you ever heard of
the college
what's it
too.
called? What's it called? Undrafted players.
Yep,
Have you ever heard of that concept?
of course.
Okay. So what if an undrafted players could show their skills on the XFL?
Right, bro. You keep saying that shit, but they're doing it against bums. So they're not really showing their skills. Not all of them belong in the NFL, wouldn't you say?
I think more than not belong in the NFL.
I think that's bullshit. I think that's complete BS because there's a lot of guys in the NFL right now. There's a
That
lot
are,
of teams in the NFL. There's a lot of teams in the NFL right now that need a lot of different positions. And if it
are
was
there
like that,
players?
then
Are there players on
those guys
NFL?
would be making it. They'd be in there.
Are there NFL? Are there NFL players that are bums that shouldn't belong there?
They don't play though, and
Do they belong there or not?
they're probably better than the guys in the XFL. So yeah, they belong there. They belong on the bench.
How
They
do you
belong
know
on the
that?
bench.
How do you know that?
They
How
belong.
do you know?
They belong.
Hold on. How do you know that if you never see them play?
Because I know that what goes into scouting and what goes into actually making an NFL team.
So those scouts and those coaches are always right when it comes to the
No,
players that they pick up.
no, they're not always right.
All right, that's my point right there.
But you keep saying that these guys are nice, but you don't know.
I think there are more nice players. I think there are more nice players that are playing in the XFL that you actually
okay.
you're giving them
how do you know that they're good?
Because I'm watching them play
against other people that are not in the NFL. So you're watching them play against other people that are not as good. So yeah, they could look good, but they're playing against people that are not good. So they make them look better.
All right, so let me ask you this. So if the players that are in the NFL were making the same amount of money that don't play, if the players that don't play in the NFL make as much money as the players in the XFL, do you think there will be more players in the XFL?
No, I think you would still want to be in the biggest market, which is the NFL. So
yeah, but you're not playing. Nobody knows you.
No, but you have a bigger chance of making more money. Because if you do end up getting on the field, I already make what I make over there. Why would I go and play for this league where I could possibly get myself hurt? And if not, I could sit on the bench over here. And if I do get a chance, I'll make 100 times more than I would in the XFL.
It's the same way around.
So no, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't play in the XFL if I wasn't. If I was on the bench in the NFL, I wouldn't go play in the XFL for the same amount of money I'm getting paid to be on the bench in the NFL. On top of which, I get to say I'm in the NFL, not the XFL.
Well, then you're never gonna get a shot, man. At least with this, at least with XFL, bro. At least with XFL, you're showcasing your skills. I believe that if you're in the XFL, you're showcasing your skills. At least you have something.
I believe that in NFL, you're showcasing your skills as well. You're just not to showcasing to everyone on a nightly basis, but you're showcasing your skills to your team. Your team doesn't believe in you, then that's just what it is. It happens.
Do you think that if you were a wide receiver, right? But you went to try out for the Kansas City Chiefs, but you're not gonna freaking outrun or outplay Tyreek Hill or Sammy Watkins.
You're not. You said?
Yeah, you're not.
So you're not as good.
But you might be. No, you might be good. All right. Who's better? Who's better? Hold on. Tyreek Hill or Odell Beckham?
Tyreek Hill.
Okay, so if Odell Beckham was on, Odell Beckham was on the bench,
He's better. I'm kidding. I was kidding about the Tyreek Hill thing.
You think Odell Beckham's better than Tyreek Hill?
Odell Beckham is way better than Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is fast. Tyreek Hill is fast. Don't get me wrong, but Odell Beckham is fast as well, and he can catch the ball in way more. No, I didn't say he was faster than Tyreek Hill. I said he was fast as well. Like he is also fast too. He's not a slow runner.
Drop balls you think? How many drop balls you think? How many drop? How are we going to rate or grade these wide receivers? Like how can you tell if one is better than the other? Like what is the criteria?
I can tell you that Odell Beckham in his first 3 years had the best first 3 years of any wide receiver ever.
And
that means that he's good.
Okay.
I don't have another and. That's it. Drop the mic.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I dropped the mic. Tyreek Hill didn't have the stats that he has had in his first 3 years, which makes him a very good wide receiver. I don't know why we're debating this.
How you spell Tyreek Hill?
It'll come up. Just try it.
Oh, okay. I just found it. I want to see how many fucking years this guy been in the league so far.
Probably like 4. Maybe 5.
He's 25 right now.
Yeah,
he got into the league at 26. This guy is Super Bowl champion now, a 4-time Pro Bowl, 4 times since he was a Pro Bowler as soon as he joined the league, 2-time first team All Pro, 2016 and 2018. He's he made the all rookie team. What is it? PFWA, Professional Football Writers Association all rookie team. Okay. Got 2. All right. Now let's see Odell Beckham.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing right now, but Odell Beckham's gonna have way better stats than Tyreek Hill.
Let's see, sir. Let's go. No, you see, Odell Beckham joined the league 2 years before Tyreek Hill did.
Right.
But he's a 3-time Pro Bowler. Tyreek Hill's a 4-time Pro Bowler. 2-time second team All Pro. Tyreek Hill.
Can I say one thing though? The Pro Bowler thing doesn't really equate because he's been playing with the Browns and he was playing with an Eli Manning that was trash.
Oh, now maybe.
And he's
okay.
And he's
NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Same thing. Yeah, this is all his college days. He was PFW All Rookie Team, just like Tyreek Hill. He was NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year at 2014. 2-time second team All Pro, 2015 and 2016, and 3-time Pro Bowler. Let's see career stats though. Yeah, because he's played like 2 more years more. Receiving touchdowns 48, passing touchdowns what? 2? Yeah, he has 2 passing touchdowns, right? Tyreek Hill in only 4 years has 41 total touchdowns. And Odell Beckham has 48. So they're close to super close to each other.
But you also gotta understand that he's been playing with terrible quarterbacks.
All right.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been playing with like the best quarterback of all time right now, and this dude's been playing with freaking Eli and what's his freaking name? I don't even know his name. Right now.
All I'm saying is, I think Tyreek Hill is better than Odell Beckham. That's just my view.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I would take. Who would you take? Who would you take? Tyreek Hill or Odell Beckham in the draft?
I already told you who I would take. Of course, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm taking Odell Beckham.
I think I would win that team, bro.
Because he's playing with Patrick Mahomes. All right. Let me take that back.
No.
If you're talking about if he's playing with Patrick Mahomes, maybe I'll take Tyreek Hill. But if because this dude's playing with
same quarterback.
I'll take Odell Beckham. All day I'll take Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham.
I'll take Tyreek.
Hands down.
And I'll take Tyreek.
But there's no stats to say this that you're proving this. How are you I don't understand how
It
you.
was drop passes that Odell Beckham did that costed the Giants to enter the playoffs,
Right.
lose the playoffs game. He had drop passes that was it was on him to win the game to catch the ball. He dropped them. Tyreek Hill, nope, doesn't have that.
Okay.
That's just my view. Okay, what else we were supposed to talk about? Oh, okay. So recently, the Dallas Cowboys are still trying to figure out a deal with Dak Prescott to get a contract with him. So they have a lot of different options. They could franchise tag him or give him what he wants. They offered Dak Prescott um $33 million a year. He didn't take it. He wants more money. But they have the option of franchising him. So what do you think? Do you think it was a good move for Dak Prescott to turn down the 33 million from the Cowboys to uh to get more money, or should the Cowboys cut bait or franchise tag him? What do you think?
I think they should franchise tag him, but I think I think he's doing the right thing. I think he's doing the right thing, not taking any bull from them, and just taking the long road. I mean, it's gonna be a mission. He's gonna have to sit out OTAs and all that stuff. But I think he's worth it, and I think if they don't want to pay him and they do cut bait, I think he'll get the money somewhere else.
You think Dak Prescott deserves? If you was a GM, would you pay Dak Prescott more than 33 million?
Yeah, I would pay him more if they do 33 million. Depending on what team I was on, yeah. If I needed a quarterback that bad, for sure. A quarterback makes the team, man.
The guy went 8-8. The guy went 8-8, and you want to pay him more than 33 million.
You also got to understand the coaching calls the plays, and he went 8-8, and then you got rid of the coach.
The head coach.
Yeah,
Hold on. The head coach got fired, but the
right,
offensive coordinator who was calling the plays stayed.
right. So whose fault is that, though? Is that the quarterback's fault, or is that the coaching, or I mean, the owner's fault?
That he let go. That the coach got fired, but the offensive coordinator stayed.
Yes,
Who calls
it's
the
not the
plays?
quarter.
Who was
It's not the
calling the
quarterback's
plays?
fault.
Let's just look that up. Who was calling the plays?
I forgot it. Kellen Moore.
All right. So if Kellen Moore was calling the offensive plays for the Cowboys, how do you blame this guy for the way Dak played?
What do you mean? Dak had the most passing yards of the season.
And went 8-8.
Right. So you had bad play calling
From what side of the field?
from any side of the field. Doesn't matter. He's just the quarterback. He's just playing where he plays.
No, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think, and it's just sad too. I don't think, um, I don't think Dak Prescott deserves to be paid 33 million or more dollars. I really don't. I want to do it. I want to do it. If
Somebody is going to do it.
yeah, that somebody's are suckers. Those people are suckers. They're not gonna go anywhere. Like, let's see this. Let's see this. Like, how many teams go to or win the Super Bowl with their quarterback making, I guess, a third of the salary cap? Make the Super Bowl with quarterback making most money. Let's go like that. How much money in Super Bowl Winners.
I think he deserves it because I think he's better than a lot of other quarterbacks that are getting paid. Right now, I think I think he's better than Carson Wentz. I think he's also better. Excuse me.
MVP though. Carson Wentz was on the road to MVP.
Right, and then what happened?
Money.
And then what happened?
He got injured.
And then what happened to him this year again?
He
got injured again.
Hold on.
And then he got injured again.
Playoffs. He got injured, but he made the playoffs. He took the playoffs.
Right. He has better coaching, and it doesn't matter. If you have better coaching, you can win. All Dak Prescott literally needed to do to make it to the playoff was to win one more game.
You got better coaching, yet your stats are the way they are.
What? How do we have better coaching? I don't even say it. What? I just said they had better coaching.
The Eagles have better coaching, but yet Dak Prescott's stats are the way they are.
Right.
Come on, bro.
What are you saying?
I don't believe it.
What do you say? I know it's tough. It's tough for me to explain it to the layman. But listen, just like Kyle Shanahan was a terrible coach in the Super Bowl, right? They both had similar. As far as their offenses, they both had similar yards, right? But who won the game?
Who had similar yards?
Who had the more points in the Super Bowl? They had similar yards. They're both teams.
Okay, now we're gonna have to look that up.
They had similar yards. They were actually up and they were winning in the fourth quarter. But what happened? Bad coaching happened. And that's why.
Bad play calling happened. Bad play calling happened.
And who calls the plays?
Matter of fact, not even that. I won't even say bad play calling happened because even though you should hold on. Even though you should have run the ball, especially 2 and 5 against the what's it called? Against the Kansas City Chiefs, who were like 26 in the run. This guy hold on. What the hell is his name? Jimmy Garoppolo. He was throwing the ball well. It's just that if you pressure him, I don't care
how well he's throwing the ball. If it's time to run the ball, I understand, but I don't care how well he was throwing the ball. If it's time to kill the clock and get out of here and win, it's time to run the ball. Doesn't matter how well you were throwing the ball. You're risking it. That's a risk, an unnecessary risk.
Well, I think this
running the ball, not as much of a risk at all.
Well, they did stop him a bunch of times.
Yeah, but the time that they took the ball back from them and scored that last time, about 6 minutes and 13 seconds,
if Jimmy G
they took the ball back.
If Jimmy Garoppolo would have made a couple of plays, passing plays,
no, they would have said, "Let's run it one more time." They ran once with 6 minutes to go. Ran once.
Yeah,
5-yard rushing. They got 5 yards on that play. Then threw it twice. If they would have ran it one more time, who knows? They would have got. They were the dude Williams. No, I'm sorry, the team itself. I'm not sure if it was just Williams or if it was the team. I'm sorry, not Williams. Mozart. Yeah. I'm not sure if there was just the team because they have a committee full of running backs, or if it was just him. But they were averaging 6.2 yards per carry.
That is true.
As a running back team. So you're telling me you're averaging 6 yards and you ran the first time and it was 5 yards? Why wouldn't you run the second time and get a first down?
It's not guaranteed.
No, but it's not. But it's not guaranteed that you're going to make the pass. What's more guaranteed is the average that you've been getting. You've been getting on average 6.2 yards per carry. That's more guaranteed than saying, okay, I'm going to pass the ball, something you haven't really been doing the whole game.
Yeah, they have. They've been mixing in a lot.
They've been mixing in a lot, but it wasn't really successful. They didn't really have a successful pass game during that playoffs.
During that Super Bowl, you mean?
on the Super Bowl.
Tell you right now. He was 64.5% in his throws, 219 yards, averaging 7.1 yards per throw.
Right.
That's better than 6.
That's better than 6.
He got sacked 9 times?
No,
No. He got sacked once.
No, he got rushed 9 times. Now it's better than 6, right?
Yeah.
You said?
Yeah.
Okay. So what? But so
he just
no. Look,
Go ahead.
You even know what happened at the end of the game, but you're still saying that they should have did what they did. I don't understand.
No, what I'm saying is it was a balanced. It was a balanced game for the 49ers. It was a balanced game.
They passed the ball more than they ran it. So right there, it wasn't even balanced.
Because it was working.
It wasn't working though.
Dude, there was Denver Garoppolo 64.5.
Their running game was working though. 6.2 yards per carry. That's working.
Yeah, first of all, hold on. They ran the ball. Give me a second. Mostert ran the ball only 12 times. Then Deebo Samuel ran the ball 3 times. And running back Tevin Coleman ran the ball 5 times. So in total, and then Jimmy Garoppolo ran the ball for only 2 yards, though. Wasn't that much. So let me see. 5, 8, 20 times. 20 times. And they passed the ball 20 times. So it was that's what I'm telling you. It was a well-balanced offense, man. Oh, no. They did not. They passed the ball more times, like 31 times. They passed the ball 31 times, but they completed 20.
And they ran it 20 times. So you're telling me that out of 20 runs, you were getting 6-point-something yards for each of those runs, or on average, and the
ball, and then on passing was 7.1.
And on top of that, you only ran it 20 times when you're a running freaking team.
They're a balanced team.
Bad coaching.
They're a balanced team.
No, they're not a balanced team, bro. They're a running team. The 49ers, they
was playing a balanced game. That was what I'm telling you, because the play action was working. The play action was working.
It was literally, it was, and then they.
That's what I'm telling you.
And that's what I'm telling you, that they stopped and they started throwing the ball, and that's where bad coaching came into effect. He wasn't coaching the whole game. He didn't coach the whole game bad. No, he did a pretty good job actually. He did what he was supposed to do. He ran the ball, and he played defense, really good defense too.
I think Jimmy G made a couple of bad passes. That's why it ended up that way.
Right. But I think Jimmy G should have never been put in that position to pass the ball. Is what I'm saying.
If you're a quarterback, you need to pass the ball sometimes.
No, you don't. Not all the time.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Not in that situation.
Well, if you didn't get the first down.
What's that?
They ran the ball first.
Right.
Okay. Yep. Then they did play action, which was working all game.
Yep.
Jimmy G
it's still a pass play, but okay.
Yeah, Jimmy G made 2 bad passes.
Right. And he should have never been asked to make those passes. They should have been run plays, because you need time off the clock. You have a decent football team.
Do you think Kansas City was expecting a run play, or do you think they were expecting a pass play?
I think no. I'm sorry. How about I take this back? I know that Kansas City's the defensive tackle, forgot his name, but he specifically said, "Thank God that they stopped running the ball."
Yeah.
So the defense from Kansas City is saying, no matter, we even if they ran it, I was happy that they stopped running it, because we didn't know if we were going to be able to stop them. They hadn't been stopping them the whole game.
Yeah, but that's not my question though. My question was, do you think Kansas City was expecting a run, or was they expecting a pass?
my answer to that was that it doesn't matter if they were
It
expecting
does.
to run. No,
If
it doesn't
you know,
matter.
if you knew what I was gonna do before I did it, then you have an advantage.
Yeah, you have a slight advantage, but the
Yeah,
advantage still goes to the clock. You're not understanding what I'm trying to say.
I do understand what you're
They
saying, but
wasted
I'm not
only
countering it.
47 seconds
I
on
do
that
agree with that.
drive.
I know that.
47 seconds.
I know that. But I
That's
understand the
that's it.
thought
That's
process,
it.
is what I'm
That's
trying to
it.
tell you. I understand the thought process.
No,
The
no, you
thought
don't.
process was
You don't understand it after you lose your first Super Bowl on the same leg, on the same. You died on
I
the
think you're
same
just
fucking
salty. I think you're
clip.
salty because he was your
No,
he was your offensive
no.
coordinator. You guys lost the same way.
I think plenty of
Even though
people has
Matt
made this
Ryan
mistake,
and
just like
even though
Seattle with
dude,
Russell Wilson
so
trying to throw the ball instead of running it, even though beast mode has been beasting all over the
okay,
Patriots
that's
the whole game.
totally
No, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's
no, because you're on the 1 yard line. You're on the 1 yard line.
it doesn't
That's
matter though.
that's it.
You still needed to run the ball though. It doesn't matter.
No, I understand the thought process. I understand the thought process.
Yeah, and it was
Everything
wrong. It was wrong.
everything no. Everything
It was
was
wrong.
indicating. Everything was indicating that San Francisco was going to run the ball.
Right,
Okay.
and everything was indicating that San Francisco
Let me see.
was good at running the ball and was successful in
Yeah.
running the ball. So why are we going to change that?
Well, they weren't successful in running the ball because
They were though.
if so,
They were. They just stopped doing it.
no. In the whole entire fourth quarter, bro, they didn't score any points.
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't. No, they did. They did not because he started playing like an idiot. You're not going to tell me that you're going to do play action and then it doesn't work and now we're just going to throw the ball. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, if you're on 3rd down and 5, you have to throw the ball. You have to throw the ball.
No, you don't. You don't have to throw the ball.
All right, then what if you? All right, then you don't. What if you don't?
And I've actually was wrong about that stat. It was actually 6.4 yards per carry.
Okay, they still threw the ball, averaging 7.1 yards. It's still more yards.
Right,
they still throw it and get more yards.
They get just a little bit more yards, but how many did he miss? How many passes did he miss?
That was on Jimmy G. That was on
11.
Jimmy Garoppolo. He overthrew it. Did Jimmy
all right. I'm not talking about the quarterback Jimmy G. I'm talking about the specifics of it. Listen, the quarterback is not throwing the ball well. He's already missed a bunch of passes. Why are we going to chance it instead of even if we don't get this first down, we still took more than 47 seconds off the clock. I just don't understand it.
I have a question.
It doesn't make football sense.
So let's say this. So my question is this now. Let's say, so now you're in 3rd down because Jimmy G missed the pass or whatever, right? So now you're at 3rd and 5, right?
I wouldn't have thrown it on 2nd down, but okay.
All right, but you're already in this situation. So
I
guess
3rd down and 5. I wouldn't have been in that situation, but okay.
Okay, so you're in 3rd down and 5. Do you run the ball or do you pass the ball?
In 3rd down and 5, I think you fucking put yourself in a position where now you have to. But I think on 2nd down, I think on 2nd down you could have ran the ball again.
Okay.
Now what? All
right.
No. You could have ran the ball when you got 5 yards off your first rush. You should have came right back with another rushing play.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. What I'm trying to explain to you is,
and then wouldn't it make it easier for you to do maybe because it was 5 yards, right? If you ran it again, I'm sure you're getting 2 or 3 yards off a running play, even if you don't get the whole 5. I'm sure you will. Know. But you're averaging 6 point something. What we do know is that passing the ball didn't turn out good, right?
No, because Jimmy G overthrew it, and
all right. And then your previous experience, as speaking as Kyle Shanahan, you threw the ball, and that didn't turn out well for you either, right?
On 3rd down, you just admitted yourself you have to throw it on 3rd down too.
No. I didn't say that. I said that if you put yourself in that position, yes, but I wouldn't have put myself in that position because you already had another chance on second down. It was 2nd and 5. Even if you ran it, you would have got 2 or 3 fucking yards. And I'm saying that after that, you could have took a 2-yard pass. Would have been a lot easier to complete than a 5.
So let me ask you something. So let's say if Kyle Shanahan would have ran the ball, but still not get the first down on 2 and 5, right?
Yep.
You would have been okay with Jimmy G throwing the ball on second and then missing.
No, I wouldn't have been okay with it. I would have wanted them to run the ball again because if he missed it, then the clock stops again, and that gives nobody an advantage at all. I would actually ran it again and try to get more the yards. Like I said, you was getting 6.4 yards to carry. I don't think they would have stopped you for those 2 yards. For those 5 yards, I don't think they would have stopped you from getting it on 2 attempts. No. And even if so, I don't think they would have stopped you, but you would have killed the clock. You would have got the clock down way further. There's 40 seconds. Every possession is 40 seconds. Possession is 40 seconds.
In conclusion, right? Mm-hmm. In conclusion, what this is pretty much telling me, right? In this position where there is about 6 minutes and some change on the clock,
right?
Saying that Kyle Shanahan should have ran the ball all 3, like no matter what, should have ran the ball, and even if they didn't get the first, and then just to kill the clock.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's better than what they tried to do. Yes.
Okay.
To kill the clock would be a lot better idea than to sit there.
My explanation. This is what his thought process is. Okay.
So what you think his thought process is?
It has to be. It makes no other sense. Otherwise, is that he ran the ball. Okay. Everybody knew that they were gonna run the ball again. It was like pretty obvious.
But it was successful, so no, it's not something you should go away from.
Mike, what I'm telling you, are you already explaining? Let me finish, because after this is done, we're moving on to the next topic. Okay. This is a thought process. We're running the ball. We ran the ball. And we only got 5 yards. Everybody's expecting to run. Even Kansas City. Okay, everyone's expecting to run, even Kansas City. Well, why not do a play-action play? Because that's been working for us all game. They were 8 and 11, right? So that's working for us all game. So let's try that to see if we could get a first down. It didn't work. Okay, it didn't work. So instead of running the ball again on 3rd down, they was like, we really need a first down. Okay, so let's throw the ball again. That's his thought process, and it didn't work out because Jimmy G couldn't make the play. That's it.
Terrible.
Moving on now. Moving on. That's his thought process. That's his thought process.
And you think he would have learned off of after losing in Atlanta, but okay.
Well, you had Matt Ryan was like the MVP of the league that year. So
and now you got Jimmy G that isn't, but okay.
You don't want to give the MVP of the league the ball. I get you. I understand, man. Okay. You don't want him to make the pass in the Super Bowl. I get it. I totally understand that.
Yeah, no, I don't care about MVP of the league. That doesn't make any sense. None of that matters if you don't win the Super Bowl. Who even knows that like in another year or two, who's even gonna know about Matt Ryan being the MVP of that year? No one's gonna give a shit. They're gonna know. They would have known if Atlanta won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan decided to put the ball in the hands of the MVP that year instead of the running back.
And it turned out to be a terrible idea.
I'm telling you
And now you're coming back and doing it again? It doesn't make sense.
I'm telling you the thought process.
It's not. That's not a thought process. If you know it failed on you before, that couldn't have been his thought process. And if it was, then he's just a terrible coach, and that's it. Bad coaching.
So you want to give the ball to the MVP of the league?
I don't care about that. Stop saying that MVP of the league. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, though. Like you said, if it's not,
we're moving on to the NBA. Moving on to the NBA.
I don't know why you're saying the MVP of the league like it matters. If he lost the game, he lost the game though, right?
matter.
He
If
lost
it
the game
doesn't
for
matter,
them,
yeah, I guess so.
right? And then you knew that, and then you went to another team and did the same thing again. Doesn't make sense. It's literally
I'm telling you,
the
no,
definition of insanity.
totally.
Literally.
It's totally different. I think it's totally different.
No, it's completely the same. It's completely
Not,
actually no, you're right. It is
not
completely different. It is totally different because now you don't have the MVP as your quarterback. You have some
exactly,
freaking dude, and
exactly.
you're still gonna have him. You're still gonna give him the ball and have him chuck it up instead of doing and making the same mistake you made last time. Instead of trying something different. Hey, let me try running the ball. What's been working for me? But okay, we can switch now.
They were super balanced. They were throwing the ball. They were
No,
throwing
they
the ball more.
wasn't. They threw the ball 31 times. They ran it only 20. Literally almost more than half.
Okay,
More than half of their time was spent throwing the
but
ball.
nobody was saying like, well, all those attempts. Well, how many yards they got total rushing yards?
I was about to say, they didn't get that many passing yards.
141, and as opposed to 219.
Right. And you did more passing than rushing. So imagine if you did more rushing than passing.
Agreed. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. They was really having more success running the ball. Well, it says that, but then you have 64.5% passing percentage for Jimmy G.
Right. What that mean?
That means more than half of the time he was making a completion.
Right. So now, more than half the time he was making a completion, right?
Yeah.
So that's like you said, 67%. I do not like those odds. You know what I mean? When you're talking about your team is made up of defense first, then running the ball, and then passing.
Mike, we only have 15 minutes. We only have 15 minutes.
Go ahead. I've been trying to leave. So let's go.
All right. No, you brought up.
I stopped. I said, now we can switch. And you
brought up. Anyway, moving on. Last night's game, February 8th. We had the Bucks versus the Magic. The Bucks beat the Magic 111-95. Listen, again, I'm telling you what the thought process was. I'm not telling you if he was right or wrong. I'm telling you what the thought process was. That's it. All right?
He was wrong, though.
All right.
He should have never thought like that. He should have never thought like that. That's a terribly flawed thinking.
Mavericks versus the Hornets. Okay, Mavericks win 116-100 points. Knicks versus Pistons. Knicks beat the Pistons by 3 points, 95-92. Nets versus the Raptors. This was a super close game. Okay, Nets 118. The Raptors won by 1 point. Raptors won by 119. That is incredible. Pelicans versus the Pacers. This game was 124 to the Pelicans and as to 117 the Pacers. I mean, Zion is making a humongous difference on this team. It is crazy how this guy's just a rookie. He's already killing it, man. All right. Now the most shocking game last night. Clippers versus Timberwolves. After the Timberwolves just gave up Andrew Wiggins, traded him to the Golden State Warriors. Clippers 115, Timberwolves 142. We're going to talk about that game in a little bit, man. That is insane. Now, talking about the Warriors, there was the Lakers versus the Warriors. Lakers beat the Warriors, but only by 5 points. Surprisingly, 125-120. That's a game we could talk about a little bit. Then we have the Nuggets versus the Sun, 117-108, and then the Spurs versus the Kings. Sacramento Kings. Do you think they're coming back up, man? The Spurs scored 102, and then the Kings scored 122. What do you think of that, man? You think that the Kings are gonna come back to relevance or not?
I think the Kings, yeah, they will. They have a pretty good
They're
young
they're
squad.
21. They're 21 of 31. And they're 11 and 15 at home. That's interesting. All right, so what are we gonna talk about? You want to talk about the Clippers
They're doing
versus
good. They're better than Golden State.
or Golden State is 12 and 41. Jesus Christ. I think everybody on that team is injured. Like, I know.
I don't understand why they traded for Wiggins. Oh no, they got draft picks. That's why. Yeah, they got draft picks as well. He actually had a really good game, man. He was 8 for 12, shooting from the field goal.
We're talking about the Laker game right now.
Yeah, I'm talking about Wiggins.
Okay,
he was 3 for 4 from the three. Actually, 5 for 9 from free throw as well. He had a really good game, man. 5 steals. Andrew Wiggins.
5 steals.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Oh, wait a second.
5 steals. Holy snap.
We're talking about the Lakers game. Give me a second here.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. He probably had the best game all around.
He had the best game. He was the best player on the floor last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Curry didn't play though. Neither did obviously. Curry's still going through it.
Hand injury.
And
Wiggins 24.
Draymond Green has some tightness to his back, I guess, lower back. So he didn't play either.
Well, Anthony Davis scored was 27 with 10 rebounds and 4 assists and 3 steals. So I think the best player on the floor that night had to be Anthony Davis.
And that's where you're wrong, buddy.
How?
Because LeBron had 22, 11 assists and 8 rebounds.
Yeah, but Anthony Davis had 10 rebounds and 27 points.
Right.
And 3 steals. LeBron only had 1.
Right, but assists mean a lot. And his plus minus was better than Anthony Davis. He had 6 plus minus. Anthony Davis 4 plus minus.
But then you want to say that the plus minuses, you got a plus over here with two players, Green and Bradley. Bradley, who scored 21 points and had.
To be honest, he might have had one of the best games. He might have had one of the best games. He was shooting well.
How many players on the Warriors had double digit games? I'm gonna check how many players on the Lakers had double digit games. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 players on the Lakers had double digit games.
And 4 on the Warriors.
Who is this Chris person? I'm Chris, 26 points.
Yeah, he's a power forward.
He got 9 rebounds.
Marquise Chris.
He got 2 blocks. 1 steal. His plus minus is -7. Jesus. How you have -7, but you scored 26 points, bro?
Yeah. I mean, you were not a real good team player out there.
Dang, bro. Get no type of respect out here. You got Poe over here scoring 19 points.
But you're not gonna beat the Lakers if they're shooting almost 50%. Yeah.
Are they shooting mostly 50%?
Yeah.
52 point. Well, they both got 52.4, and then you got 51.7. But their 3-pointers, Lakers made way more 3-pointers, man. They went 48.3% versus
Golden State 40%, right? And look at their free throws.
That's crazy. Lakers only made 14 out of 29. So that didn't make the difference. So what made the difference in the game?
The free throws.
By the way,
the free throws were 25 for 15. Well,
hold on.
It was 25 for 34, but
LeBron made the 3-point shot to end the game because they was only up by 2, and in the first couple seconds of the game, and LeBron iced the game by making a 3. So
that was basically it.
It was a tight game. Surprisingly, how many turnovers? They got 18 to 24 turnovers. That's why.
Yeah,
That
well, but I think the real reason why is you got out rebounded by almost 15 rebounds. You know,
let's
you
see.
can't win if the other team is
Yeah,
out rebounding you.
but it's still a close game though.
Yeah, it's a unexpectedly close.
Lakers have 14 more rebounds, and but they had 6 more turnovers.
Marquise Chris was the leading scorer of Golden State. But then
Yeah,
again, no one was in. There's no Draymond, no Clay, no Steph. So
yeah, that's true too.
I don't know why the Lakers were even that close.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Lakers should have stopped them.
Lakers should have like blew them out of the water.
Yeah.
So it was the score started with Golden State. I'm gonna read Golden State's scores throughout the quarters, and then you read the Lakers. Okay. Um.
Actually, you'd have to read them all.
Okay. First quarter, Lakers scored 33-25. Second quarter, Golden State scored actually Lakers 1 more point, 34-33. Third quarter, Lakers scored 30 points. Golden State scored 25 points in third quarter. And then fourth quarter, Lakers scored 29 points and Golden State scored 36 points. This game was pretty close. I mean, it shouldn't have been closest with as many how many assists did the 31-29? They had the
We should
Golden
we
State
should
Warriors had 2 more assists than the thing, so
we
they
should
should have
switch
been
to the Clippers game though.
yeah.
Taking
All right,
time.
so Clippers. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, the Clippers. 142 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean, what is going on?
One.
And both Leonard and George played. So Clippers only scored 115. What is this all about? Nobody helped.
Well, no, I can tell you right now, the Timberwolves scored 26 threes last night.
They scored 26 threes.
Yeah.
Holy. Oh, yep, that would definitely do it.
Yeah, 26 threes, and most of them came from, not most of them, seven of them came from this guy, Beasley.
7 came from Beasley.
7 threes, man.
Beasley was taking threes, man. He was taking threes all game. He was 19. He was 8 for 19 as far as from the field. And then 7 from 13.
Yeah, he was just chucking up threes, man.
He was chucking up threes. And he was making them, man.
Oh, he was making them.
Coach was like, go ahead, boy. Go ahead, do your thing. Everybody was a plus in the Timberwolves. 12 plus 25 Wiggins. I mean, Towns plus 20 for McHalling, whatever his name. Plus 28 for Beasley and Okaji. Plus 22. Jesus Christ.
Oh, McLaughlin?
McLaughlin, that's what his name?
Yeah, McLaughlin.
Okay. Dude, Timberwolves, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players with double digits. And this, we're not talking about like 11 points. We're talking about above 14 points.
All right.
7
That's
players. And then look at this, man. Look at this, man.
But if you look at all the players, that scored double digits, they all got a good amount of threes scored. Like this, Herman Gomez 3 for 3. Karl Anthony Towns, even Karl Anthony Towns was shooting threes. He was 3 for 5. McLaughlin 2 for 4, 2 for 3, 7 for 13, 2 for 3. Like this, 4 for 6. Like these guys were all hitting threes at a good clip. Look at that, 59% from the 3-point line. That's amazing.
Do you think Minnesota could keep this trend going or not really?
Nah, I think they just had a really hot hand. They're 16 for 35 as their record, and the Clippers are 36 for 16. So they're like the opposite.
They just decided not to play no outside defense.
Pretty much. That's what it sounded like.
And the Clippers, Leonard and only George showed up for this game, man. Leonard had 29 points and George had 21 points. Then nobody else pretty much showed up except for the bench. You got Harold and Motley, who scored 10 points and 11 points.
But George needs to slow down. You can't miss 7 threes.
You can't move him as 7-3.
He was 1 for 8. He was 1 for 8 from the 3-point line. Like you need to make more than one out of 7.
Get into the hole, my guy. But he was taking it to the hole. He was 20. He was 8 for 20.
He was taking it to the hole. I give him that. He had four free throws and stuff.
He was trying.
He was.
Leonard 8 for 17.
Well, Leonard's 1 point though. Leonard's gonna be a little bit better stat wise.
He made 10 out of 11 free throws, so that's not bad.
That's not bad.
Dang, these two are the only ones that showed up pretty much.
George was 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. He was all over the place on defense as well.
I think they just took this game off, bro. I didn't think they took it seriously. Plus, the Timberwolves.
They might.
16 and 35 team, bro. Let's just chill, bro.
Yeah, but they should have chilled and won the game.
At least 142. God damn.
Yeah. I think it just got to a score and it was just like,
they were just too hot. They were just too
like, you know what? That's good enough.
Well, that concludes our episode. If you care at all about the XFL, the 2 games that we're playing today at 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock, I think it's on ESPN and Fox. If you're interested, tune into those games. I particularly will because I actually like football. So no matter where it's playing at. And then with NFL or NBA, what's going on today? Yeah, 3:30. Yeah. Go ahead. You can say the NBA schedule.
Yeah, we got the Celtics and the Thunder at 3:30. That will be on NBA TV, which I don't have, so I will not be watching that. We have the Knicks and the Hawks at 6 o'clock. We got another 2 games at 6 o'clock. The Bulls and the Sixers. That should be a really good one right there. We got the Grizzlies and the Wizards also at 6 o'clock. Then at 7, we have the Jazz. Yes, we have 3 games at 6 o'clock. And then we have at 7 o'clock, we have the Jazz and the Rockets. That's another really good game, too. It's going to be a decent game right there.
Yeah, they're both 33.
All right. Yeah,
they have a pretty even record.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game right there. Then you have 7:30, you have the Clippers and the Cavs. I would say the Clippers probably take that night off too. Then at 9 o'clock, Then at 9 o'clock you have the Heat and the Trailblazers. I think that's going to be a good game too. The Heat.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be. I think the Houston and the Utah Jazz is going to be a good game, and I think the Miami and Portland game is going to be a really good game.
Just to say this, the over-under, they have Portland winning with 5 points. And the Jazz and the Rockets game, they have the Rockets winning by 3.5 points. So 3.5 favor to win.
I really don't know about the Miami game, but I would agree with the Houston game. Even though Houston has no bigs.
I don't know about what they're doing with that.
All right, well, that concludes our show for today, February 9th, 2020. I had fun, man. Did you have fun, Mike?
Yeah, man, it's starting to get a lot more relaxed, not like a lot more feeling like I'm just talking, you know what I mean? Just talking to my cousin here, man. It's getting better, this podcast. Hopefully you guys appreciate it and think we're getting better as well.
Yeah, this is how we usually talk to each other.
Yes.
That's why we started the podcast.
Right. We may have ranted on for a little bit, but we're going to try to stop that as much, not do it as much, unless you guys like it. If so, then
we could be like Rod Parker and this guy from The Odd Couple, though, Chris Broussard. I'm just saying, yo. Anyway. I had a lot of fun today. I hope you guys got a lot of fun. I hope you guys tune into the next show. Favorite our stuff, like our stuff. Check us out on look us up on Facebook.
We're on Spotify.
Yep, and Spotify. Look us up on Facebook. Also look us up on Twitter. Just look up Draft Nights and you could respond to me and everything like that. So I just want to hear your thoughts and reach out to us and we'll get back to you. So thanks for listening, you guys. And thanks, Mike, for coming on.
No problem.
And we're going to see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Later.
Bye.